Hey, welcome back to iallegedly. I'm Dan, and I've got a good one for you today that's filled with bad news, and that is, you know, as grocery prices go up, food pantries, food banks are getting destroyed. Please like this video, please share this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You know, I love doing this. I really do. I love the news that you guys send me. I love all my connections. And, I met so many great people in Las Vegas this last week at the SEMA car show. It was just fantastic. I was going to stay 2 days. It turned into 4, and it was just great. It was fantastic. Just had an excellent time, at the event. Now, here's something that we can all look at, and that is food prices. I'm a single man. And yes, I connect with my daughter and her friends and people like that. You buy them dinners and do things. Prices are outrageous in restaurants, but when it comes to regular food prices, what we have to purchase just to get by, it is getting worse and worse and worse. This government shutdown has brought to light the fact that these food pantries, food banks, you know, organizations like Fran Glover's Joseph Dreamhouse that puts together meals for people, these places are getting destroyed right now. And before the government shutdown, before it even happened, before it even was a thought, because everybody thinks of things at the last minute, the food pantries and food banks and people like Fran were overwhelmed. Fran calls me all the time, maybe once a month, 45 days, and tells me how things are going. And right now, it is horrible because the other thing that's happening right now is that veterans benefits are getting destroyed. So we're seeing this be getting worse and worse and worse. Now, what I did was I put together a list because at first it was onesies, twosies, you know, driving through Tustin, California and seeing people in line at the food bank. I was like blown away. Wow, the line's longer than I've ever seen it. But then when you hear things like this, Waukee, Ohio, a food pantry saw double the usual crowd. And the first hour of opening, they were sold out of food. Southwest Texas, a network that usually needs 105,000, usually feeds 105,000 to 120,000, is now feeding well over 170,000 people last week. That is crazy. San Pablo, California, Contra Costa County. Food banks stretch down. More than 500 families are expensive for that one small town. Guys, this is getting just out of control. It really, really is. Detroit, dozens of cars wrapped around, the food bank in line. Guys, this doesn't matter where it's at around the country. I have graphics put together of just how food insecurity. I hate buzzwords. I hate things like that. I hate that September is Hunger Awareness Month. Hey, your belly's not full. It is terrible. Now, not everybody. I have people, and I've done these stories. Think about what I'm about to tell you, where I do hunger awareness stories, and I've known Fran for what's it been, 5 years now that I've known Fran? And she's telling me all these stories, and we always do a hunger awareness story. I have people that when I say the only meal that these kids are going to get is from school, and some of the school lunch programs have been canceled during this time because of this. And once again, the government shutdown just adds to it. But this was already a bad problem and has been exacerbated by the government shutdown. So, but what I was getting at, that the disgusting part, is that people have written me and go, hey, if their parents are a bunch of losers, they shouldn't have had kids, and I don't feel sorry for these people. Come on, man. I mean, you haven't had a hiccup in your life. You haven't had it get bad where things didn't stretch. Everything is so expensive right now that is terrible. Thank God kids are in school, and thank God they get lunch and things like that. And I've told you stories of how I've helped people. And I just, right now, guys, if you can give to food banks, please do that. The churches used to be a great source. I have less faith in the church right now when it comes to this stuff because they don't organize like they used to. They're not community involved like they used to. Some are fantastic. Some talk a good game. And the time for talk is over with right now. But I could go on and on and on. Greeley, Colorado, 100 cars before the opening, and 2,200 people were served in a single day. Portland, Oregon, same thing. Dayton, Ohio, demand is up 30% year over year. 23 new families signing up in just 1 week for food assistance programs. Long Beach, California, right here, thousands wait upstairs and around corners for charities, for places where they're hoping they're gonna get food. Some of these people are waiting. We may get a food delivery today. How awful is that? How awful is that? New York is going to experience this in a big, big way. Thing I got a kick out of is the socialist gets elected, and the first thing he does is he goes out for donations. Wait a second. No, this is where I disagree with this. We all need to help each other, but the socialist was going to give you free love and free everything. Now he wants the middle class people to pay for this? Pass. Pass for New York City. New York City needs to learn a lesson right now. And God damn, that's so unhealthy, and so God would be angry at you. You know what? No, I'm not doing this. This guy had a great sales pitch and had millions of dollars backing the day after he gets elected. We need to be able to run our programs, and you need to donate. Pass for New York City. New York City is going to have a problem. People can be angry about that, but I'm telling you this right now. This government shutdown is so much worse. I have a business trip this week where I'm supposed to fly, have to fly. Can't get up there without flying because of how far it is. And we don't know right now, and everybody's on hold. Will Dan's plane make it up here? Is the flight going to go forward or not? We'll find out. Now, that's because of the government shutdown. Oh, who cares? What are you going to do, Dan? You going to go play? Yeah, it's monkey business, okay? That's what I'm doing. Houston, Texas, shelves are going completely bare in the food pantries. Seattle, 25% increase. Orange County, California, nonprofits reported dramatic uptick in food insecurity. People going hungry. It's not food insecurity, okay? I have insecurity about people robbing me, okay? I don't feel the same thing about hunger. Hunger, this is ridiculous that this is happening. Guys, there's 20 cities, okay? Philadelphia, Atlanta, Miami-Dade. Food pantry networks say that they've never seen demand like this, ever. Phoenix, Arizona, rising food costs. Now, Minneapolis, regional food banks are operating on fumes right now. You bet they are. You haven't seen anything yet, guys. You haven't seen anything yet. Just a small little park that everybody told me to go to. It's kind of nice, kind of quiet, and lots of birdies. So it's neat to see. One thing that I get a kick out of is during this time, you're seeing financial crimes on the uptick. And I have a problem with this because I don't think that they should change certain regulations. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, has done some good and done some bad and done some shenanigans, and it's been pulled back. But lately, it's been exposed that they help their friends. Now think about this. Car lending. We have had nothing but a car lending debacle. Going to that car show, learning about CarMax and how they are on the brink of bankruptcy. You are going to see car loans get, to the point that they're getting so desperate to give people loans right now. Man, I'm telling you, it's just like 2005, 2006, 2007 when it comes to real estate loans. You might get a job. Okay, Dan, we'll lend you 80 grand. They're going to start doing that. And think about this. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau wants to get rid of a restriction on lenders. If you lend over 100,000 loans a year, think about that, guys, 100,000 loans a year. That's a lot. Well, we want to lower that number They want to get rid of that restriction and make it so that if you are out and lend, you do auto loans, they want to lower the restriction from uh, those that issue 10,000 loans to a million loans. They want those loans changed. So they want it under 10,000. 10,000 loans or less, you don't have to follow the restrictions and the guidelines. And people, you're like thinking, well, damn, 10,000 loans, it's not that many loans. It's a lot of loans. You be the judge of that. I think it's ridiculous, guys, because think about this. Right now, how many lenders do between 10,000 and a million loans a year? Oh, gosh, 5, 8, 12. Okay. Well, right now, there are 63. If they make this change and make it so that you don't have to follow these guidelines, guys, there's going to be such shenanigans. That those companies that have already gone bankrupt, Primaland and Tricolor, these guys lent money to people that were not citizens that told them that they had jobs. They took cash payments. They would let people go to Western Union without jobs. And billions and billions and billions of dollars were lost. And again, our favorite person, Jamie Dimon, said, yeah, this wasn't really our finest hour when we lent them the money because they really had no ability to pay it back and didn't make promises. Every single financial guideline that was, set up. Hey, you have a job, you have a credit score. What's your outlook for employment? We'll just make the loan longer. We'll make the loan, instead of being 36 months, we'll make it 8 years. Hello. They did that. And this created nothing but a bankruptcy that they lost thousands of dollars. This new restriction will make it so that there's a law firm that wrote this story. It's only going to be 5 lenders across the country that will have these guidelines and these restrictions now. I am telling you this right now. Your dog, okay, my dog, Rosie, could go out and get herself an auto loan if they get rid of these restrictions. That is horrible. That's absolutely horrible, guys. We are seeing so many restaurants go out of business. Pasta Bravo is the latest one. And once again, who can afford this? Who can afford to go out and eat? Traveling in Las Vegas was interesting because I was in Caesar's Palace, of all places, and you had people going, don't gamble here. Nobody's winning. I heard people yell that. And I'm like, gosh, I should film that. Hey, do that again. No one's winning. But then I started asking people playing slot machines. Nope, not winning. It's terrible. So as the casinos get tighter and tighter and tighter with their money, they're not having the payouts anymore. So with that, why would you do this? Why would you gamble if you don't have the luxury of maybe winning? So you're going to see some major changes right now that are going to infuriate people. People don't have the money for food. Food is so expensive. Guys, I look at things like, I used to be able to buy my son the stuff to make tacos for just under $20. And the last time I did it, it was $44 for the exact same thing that I spent $19.91 for. Who's got double the money for food right now? Nobody does. Now, once again, you can think that this is no big deal, that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, they're there, they're the first ones to pound their chest and tell you how they're saving the little guy. They're not. They're not. They're in it for the fat cats. And the fat cats, you know what they want right now? They don't want rules. Your rules. We don't, you know what I mean? You better pay us or we'll take your car. And, but they're going to get rid of financial guidelines, and there's only going to be 5 banks, if this goes through, that will need to meet certain financial requirements. I'm telling you guys, do you want to drive a Ferrari? They will repossess it. You could lie to the bank and drive a McLaren. Get any car, a Porsche. I saw some beautiful cars at that car show. Who cares, Dan? Who cares? Just go lie to the bank. You're going to have a repo on your credit. They may sue you. But with this new guidelines, they're not going to care. They're not going to be able to track it right now. Think about that. Isn't that insane? So Elon Musk just had his $1 trillion pay package approved based on performance. So remember this. You can never ask for too much money. Now you can ask for a performance package like he did, where he has to meet all these different requirements. It's fantastic. I mean, it's millions of cars delivered, self-driving cars. The world has to just be, autonomous. The robots have got to work, all this stuff. And he gets $1 trillion for that. So can't ask for enough money, guys. Don't forget to check out our video sharing site, newvideos.com, and check out our private channel, iallegedly live. You sign up there at iallegedly.tv. Check that out. I love doing the uncensored content. This is a cool little sanctuary to walk through, by the way. I want to remind everybody that Bob Kudla is having his stock trading class again. And it's November 18th. It's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the cool thing about this is it's very simple. Bob has a Black Friday deal where if you sign up for this now, you will get yourself a free trading for a year. So Bob had such a huge response that he was going to have end yesterday. You get it through the weekend. So sign up, guys. Sign up now, bobstradingclass.com. And again, the largest turnout ever just signed up for that. So if you want to see and learn stock trading and get a year's worth of Bob's advice, which is incredible, which will save you $1,000. So Bob loves coming on my show, and Bob always gives good stuff. Check that out today. Now, final story. And I didn't know that this was a thing until I had 1, 2, and then 3 people, women, totally unrelated, across the country, different spots. And there's a thing called a dry bar. Well, what is a dry bar? I'm thinking, is that a bar that doesn't serve alcohol? No, it's a place where women go and blow dry their hair and get, you're going to go out on the town, but you don't need a haircut. You don't need to go to the salon. You can go to the dry bar. Well, 2 things. This dry bar place got bought by private equity, and they changed all their restrictions. So if you cancel appointments, if you set an appointment and you cancel, even a day or 2 in advance, they will charge you the full amount. If you cancel with, before you're supposed to go for your appointment, they can charge you $50 more. Now, here's the thing that blew me away. And I called and asked my daughter, I said, hey, can you check this out? If a woman takes too long to get her hair, like let's say you got curly hair and they're going to straighten it, and the woman that is blow drying your hair, it takes more than 1 hour, they're going to charge you an additional $50 for that. Isn't that ridiculous? So again, do you pay less if it takes 28 minutes? Of course not. So people get upset over this stuff. This stuff it's ridiculous that we have to deal with this, and it's getting worse. But private equity destroys everything. Private equity is buying Denny's right now. I'm telling you, Denny's will be awful. It has bought hamburger places. It has destroyed so many different things in our lives. Bed Bath & Beyond was bought by private equity, and then they went out of business. So what's next? Hit the like button. Hope to see you at Bob's class. bobstradingclass.com. Don't forget the private channel that we have, iallegedly live. I love doing that content. Everybody likes it because it's uncensored and fun and fantastic. So onward and upward, guys. I will see you very soon, but please understand this. Everybody's having a difficult time right now. Everybody. You can do something about this right now. Help people, be kind. You don't know what people are going through right now. Remember that.